Hey everyone, it's Lisa, and today is Tuesday, and I'm going to do just a, I can't believe how rough my hair looks, but I'm going to do a quick tutorial on this look, which is just a basic everyday go-to look, and I'm using some new brushes and some new products that I got yesterday. So stay tuned, I'll be right back. Okay, so the first thing I usually do is I've just washed my skin. I will put on some of this. I told you guys I've been loving this Estee Lauder New Dimension Plump and Fill Lip Treatment. It's this lip balm. It is so pretty and it feels so good, and I don't know, I just love it. Brooke likes it too. And so I put it all over, and I use this at night too. And I wake up and I really feel like it plumps my lips. Unloaded all of my stuff, and today I'm going to be using a lot of new things, and that's kind of what inspired this. I'm going to make it a combo. I'm going to make it a tutorial on some new stuff and then some old things that you guys have asked me to do tutorials with, including the Makeup Forever sticks, which are one of my favorite foundations. And I'm going to do my bombshell type liner. I can either do the liner or I can do the whole lid. I have to see how I feel when I get there. And with the Armani, I love this thing. And but another thing I'm going to use today are my new brushes from, let's see, it's these right here. I bought Brooke one to do her, I bought her the Oval 3. And the Oval 3 was in this collection. It's got the Circle 1, Linear 1, Oval 6, Oval 4, and Oval 3. And then I bought the other Oval 8 brush. And Tammy and I have been talking about these. And, you know, Tammy's the one that sent me this brush, which is the Oh Wow Kaolin brush. And I have just, look at this brush. I have used it. I mean, I love this brush. So I actually brought this up here in case I needed it because I haven't used these. So I hope I'll be okay. And so we'll see how these go. So it's going to be like an experimental video, and it might be a long one. It might be a two-part. I don't want to feel rushed. So one thing new I got yesterday is the Yves Saint Laurent Color Correcting Purple Touche Éclat. And I actually was going to order this from Jamie at Nordstrom, but it's a limited edition to Sephora. So I bought it yesterday. And so I'm going to put, and they had all of the purple, you know, purple toned things grouped together. And I asked the girl at Sephora which one she recommended. Did she think this was a good one? And she said yes, that this is the thinnest one. And that is why I chose it. But it's supposed to brighten up that area. And it looks like it is. Oh gosh, I didn't put on my primer. That's what happens when you do tutorials. You get out of your routine, but I will put it over this. One of my favorite primers, I have several that I like, but this is definitely one of my favorites. It's the Natasha Denona Lifting Primer Anti-Aging Serum, and it's light, and what I do is put one squirt and I kind of just, you know, divide it up, and it creates like a, not a tacky base, but I've noticed if I put it on my eyelids, it seems like they never really dry. I guess because, you know, you're blinking and keeping it tacky or whatever. So I don't put it on my eyelids anymore. But I love it. It just, I don't know, I feel like it really does something. Okay, so now we've got that. And then we've got the color correcting. You can see I have redness on my cheeks, just like broken capillaries and stuff, just the usual. And so the 3 Makeup Forever sticks that I have are 123, which is really my true color. So if you're 127 in the liquid, you would probably be about 123. And then I have 177 for contouring and bronzer. And then I thought I was going to be a wise guy, and I went and got 128 in case I really wanted to get tricky and try to do a lot of different tones, like maybe do this. And I haven't used this as much, and I don't think I'm going to. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to start off with the basic 123, and you're going to be amazed at how unsticky this is. It's just like putting on liquid. And you can put on pretty much of it. I mean, basically do like that, like put it, and I have tried it where I put on the, you know, dark with this part, but I like it better when I do it after. So I'm going to use the Oval 8, and let's see how this blends. And I'm going to blend it right over my eyes. Boy, this brush is soft. And you're also going to see what good coverage this stick has. And I go right over my eyebrows. I just got these brushes yesterday in the mail, so this is the very first time I've ever used them, or even, I haven't even read that much. I've watched a few little tutorials. Boy, it's so soft. And then I always take what's left of anything down my neck. I don't want to, I'm not one to really put a lot of makeup on my neck because I just feel like it's, I don't know, I feel like it'll get everywhere even though I need it. My neck is discolored from sun and hormones, but I always do run what's left down my neck. So you can see what good coverage that provides. And I think that's enough. I've learned not to try to get my full coverage that I want on the first product that I use when I'm using powders and everything else. Gosh, that's beautiful. Okay, and you can see, I think I might end up buying one of those mats or something that you wipe off. Let's see what happens if we wipe this off, because, oh my goodness. Barely anything is coming off on this tissue. So it really does just not take a lot of your product. That is neat. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is take the darker one and do my contour, and just do where I would contour and bronze. Always do. And sometimes I do a little on my nose. So let's take the next brush, which is the, I don't know if, do they say them on here? Oval 6. Yeah, they do. They say it. Okay, so let's blend really well. And you want to keep it right in that spot right there. The Kaolin brush does good with this too, I have to admit. Okay, so there is that. And it might look a little strong right now, but remember, I'm still going to put a little bit of powder over it. And so my hairline there, and I'll probably do the end of my nose. And then let's, these are actually, you would think that they're so weird and that they would be weird to use, but they're actually, they almost feel more natural than a real, I don't know, a regular brush. They just, okay. Okay, so that's like the preliminary right there. And now we're going to go over, let's see, and I'm going to wipe this off. Barely anything comes off. It's amazing. I hear somebody trying to open my door. I'm sure it's Sassy. Okay, so that's that one. So the next thing I'm going to do is I've been loving these Tarte BB powders. And the first one I'm going to start off with is Light Medium Neutral. So I'm going to use this big Oval 8 again and see what happens. So I'm going to press it in there. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. So that might give me a little bit more color. So start where you don't mind. That's beautiful. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Oh. Okay, and then this is the medium tan honey. And I was going to just go over my contour and a little bit with this. I think I'm just going to put like a little bit. Because you've got to put, I mean, you don't have to, but it's good to put a little bit of powder over your cream just to kind of hold it like that. That is so pretty. The next thing I would do is probably highlight. And I bought this Trish McEvoy yesterday from Tracy. I bought the Petite Makeup Wardrobing Page, Ready to Wear Subtle Glamour. And it has 4 new eyeshadows in it. See, it's set up like this. So you just put it in your book that you already have. And so it's got a bronzer, a blush, and then these pretty shadows I thought were just beautiful. And so that's what I'm going to use today. So I was thinking there might be a highlight in here, but there's not. So we're going to use this one, which is one of my favorites that I don't use enough. It's the Dreamy Glow Highlighter Illuminator. It's beautiful. I have it on my grandmother's vanity now. And it's very, I would say it's a pretty subtle highlight. So let's use the Oval 4. Put a little bit on here. You see that? So it's not like, it's not as extreme as like the Becca and all of that, or Soft and Gentle. It's just a subtle highlight. And then maybe some right here. And right there. Okay, and so blush. I'm going to use this that's in here. And oh gosh, what brush am I going to use for blush? Okay, let's try that same one. This might turn out bad, but we're going to try it. I'm going to do it lightly just because I don't know. It looks pretty. I like to kind of put my highlighter on first and put the blush over it. That way it kind of goes right in between. Oh, that looks pretty. Okay, that's a real pretty rosy. And then the bronzer, I would say, is a good one. I would say it's similar to Laguna. Okay, so this is the #1 Giorgio Armani, and it is this really cool eyeshadow wand. And what I do is I either do my whole lid black and then do a crease color, or I can do like a thick line. And let's just do the thick line. Use it as kind of a liner, but you will see how easy it is. Goes right down. Let's see, and then I usually just angle it like that and pull it across. Like that. And then a lot of times I don't dip it again, but I will here so we don't have any mess ups. But just, it's kind of like I'm just using the width of this sponge applicator. Go right down to the corner. And then I kind of put it on its side. Carry it right over. I always end up doing that eye more, like a little bit higher up. Okay, and so you do that. Then I usually take just a Q-tip or a cotton bud, as the UK girls call it, and I just kind of clean up, and it's kind of like I'm cleaning up and diffusing that line. And you can take Bioderma if you want to get this like really sharp, but for my look I'm not really worried about that as much. And you'll notice that my wings are a little, should I redo them? Should I redo that one? I'll redo that one. Just I probably wouldn't if it was just me, but since I'm doing this I will. Okay, I'm going to take that off a little bit and do it more down. So looking at myself straight in the mirror, like that. Wings are like that for everyone. Don't think that anybody just gets them right every time, perfect the first time. It's just not how it is. Okay, so you can see that that gets all the way down to my lashes and everything. And then what I like to do is put a crease color first. I'm going to use this one that's in this palette, like this. It's almost like Naked from Urban Decay, but maybe a little bit more gray. Oh gosh, this makes me nervous. And I'm going to use this brush, which is the, let's see, this one is the Oval 4. Should I use that? Or the Oval 3? Let's use the Oval 4. So I'm just going to put it right in this color like that. And then let's see what it, oh man, that is a beautiful color. So bring it in and then just use it like that. And that's going to give you your shadowing and your crease color. Like that. Maybe pull it out. Did I pull this one out enough? There we go. So you could easily do that and put on lashes and do your brows and go. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the next one, which is the Oval 3. I'm going to do a little bit of highlight in this color. Just right up under the brow like that. And then let's do some highlight on the inner corner. Like that. Okay, and then I want, let's do a little bit of the shimmery color right here on the lid. Like that. I like that. See, once you've got all that liner, it leaves you such a good pattern. Okay, and then if you want to do that dark color, which is actually like a liner, it's one of their really dense, let's do this. I wanted to use, okay, and then I'm going to take this. I probably need to brush this off. Let's see how much. That seems to brush right off. Right there. So I want to brush that off. Let's brush this one off too. I need one of those. I think they have some kind of like little mat thing that you put down. Okay. Oh God, and this little round one. What is this? Okay, circle. Is that circle 1? Yeah, circle 1 is the only circle one. Okay, so let's do, oh, I think you can do circle 1 on your lips. So we'll save it for that. I was just going to try to use every single one. Okay, so let's use this liner brush. Let's put it in the liner. And let's go right here on the lashes. Ooh, that looks pretty. You can kind of really work it right in those lashes. Okay, and if you wanted to do like a little bit of, let's just see what happens. A little bit of dark. I think that's the key. Oops. I think that's the key with these brushes is that it's up to you what you use them for. I think they suggest what you use them for, but you just kind of figure it out. Okay, and now I need to go back in with this one and kind of with the gray color, kind of blend that out some. And then I want to go in with that cream color. Clean it up some, like that. Okay, goody. Okay, so that's all I'm going to use for eyeshadows and liner. And so now we're going to do, just to get my brows out of the way, I just bought this yesterday. It is the Taupe Anastasia. It's one of these with the slanted tip. And I asked the makeup artist there what color I should get. I'm always torn whether I should get a brown, a blonde, or a taupe, because I have every color there is in my hair. But she tested them all and said she thought I needed taupe. So that's what I got. So let's try it for the first time. And usually what I do is just try to get just a soft line and maybe a little bit of a line or definition up here. Carry it to those little hairs up there at the top and then bring it back down. I don't really do much carving out or anything. And then one good thing that's good about these slanted ones is I like to kind of do them to the side and then just lightly fill that in. And that way, I don't know, it does it really quick. And you can do it kind of softer. Okay, so that's that one. This one's easier because it's just my best brow. And then go up here. And then kind of fill in. Sometimes I get carried away with that part and I'm upset with myself. Okay, and they're always too dark to begin with, and then I just try to really blend them out with the brush. Like that. Okay, and then I've gone back to this, and I didn't do it for a while. I was just kind of getting lazy, but this Anastasia Clear Brow Gel just makes the biggest difference keeping them there. I've noticed that my brows would get messed up just even while I was changing clothes or something. So I just kind of flick them out and do that. Okay. Lashes. I told you that my lashes have gotten so much better from using that Revitalash. I think it's a Revitalash Advanced for it's probably been a good 2 weeks now, a solid 2 weeks. And so what I've been doing is not curling them because I kind of like my lashes, I don't like them to go up as much. I kind of like them to go out. So I've been starting off with CoverGirl Lash Blast and just really trying to not do a bunch of, not trying to get them at their final result, but just trying to coat the lashes and getting it all the way to the base. I'm not really a tight liner, you've probably noticed, and I know that my makeup would look better, but it just it's not something I like doing, and I don't like when I go to take my makeup off when there's like makeup all in my eye. And so I only do that when, oh goodness, okay, I'm gonna let that dry for a minute. I only do that when I'm really trying to be fancy. Okay, and then I start kind of pulling it out like that. I like my end lashes to go out, kind of like where they're just blending right along with that wing. Like that. And then if I am going to use shadow on the bottom, I like to use this one because it doesn't, let me get this, it's driving me nuts. It does not run at all. I've probably bought 20 bottles or more of Lash Blast. Okay, there we go. So you can see it's kind of all coming together now. It's going to, at first when you do these kind of extreme wing liner looks and stuff, they look crazy at first, especially when you do like the darker shadows. Okay, so I'm going to put just a little on the bottom, just enough to look like a little bit of something's down there, but I'm not even going to worry about getting the whole lash. It's the Le Volume de Chanel mascara, and you're about to see what the hype is about. It will make your lashes, especially if you do it like this, you have to do it over another mascara, because if you try to do it by itself, it's just almost so heavy that it won't. And I kind of like my lashes to be, I do them back and forth because I kind of like them to be clumpy and long like that. I feel like I don't have enough to fan them out and for them to make an impact. So they make up more of an impact if I do them clumpy. Like that. And I'll kind of do them this way and then do them that way. And I've actually been going without lashes on a lot of times now. Just today I'm going to use just some good old faithfuls. They are the 120 Demi Wispies. And I'm going to use my Duo lash glue in dark. It's my favorite of any lash glue, even the Duo that you paint on. For some reason I like this one. Okay, and the first thing we're going to do is, I did not bring my scissors up here. I'll have to use my, you'll get a kick out of the scissors I have up here. Okay, so take your, these tweezers have just been dedicated to lash tweezers. I don't use them for anything else. They're messed up. So you take the lashes off like that. Like that. And I just know, just from experience, that I need to take that whole last section off of the ends. So downstairs I have a little pair of like brow tweezers, or just, you know, little, not tweezers, but scissors. But up here I have some of Brooke's old scissors. And I told her I thought they were Bratz at first, but I think they're just, she said no, they were just Diva scissors. Okay, so I cut that last little section off. Okay. This is a tip. I'm always thinking of things to tell you guys when I'm doing stuff and then I forget. But a big tip for me is we do it right on my counter, because this is like latex based, and when it dries you can just really roll it up and throw it away. It turns like rubbery. But if you'll go ahead and put some lash glue out while you're doing stuff, it will kind of get tacky on its own, just sitting there. And then I take a cotton bud and I just pick up the lashes, because you don't want a lot on there. And I usually just touch it all along. And just make sure I get, you know, a good amount on there so it's coated, but not like dripping all into the lashes or anything. Usually blow on a little bit. And these are pretty good about being already shaped. So hold them up where the glue is kind of going down, and you can put them right there at the base of your lashes. And these just kind of sit right in. I'll see the end needs to go down a little bit, and then sometimes I'll notice I need to pull it in, and you'll feel that tackiness of the glue kind of hit your lash line. So these don't have a whole lot of length, but they add wispiness and thickness. So you want to just set it right down. Okay. You guys may hear Will's down there playing his, I don't know if it's, I guess it is Xbox, or I don't know if it's the Xbox or the Wii, but he's playing that, one of those games where they wear the headphones and he plays with all these other people, and they talk the whole time. And then he got another game at Microsoft yesterday. I don't know if he started playing that one yet. Okay, so there are the lashes. And I usually, a lot of times I'll just use since these are my lash tweezers and they're pretty trashed anyway, I will use the ends to make sure they're in there. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to do is my concealer. And I know I probably should do my concealer when I do my foundation, but for some reason I like to do it last. So this is the Rainforest of the Sea Aqua Concealer in light medium from Tarte, and I love it. So I usually put it right here. And I could probably use one lighter, the light, but that would be harder for me to blend in. So, and I love the brush that they sent me to use with it. I misplaced it. I thought Brooke took it, but it was down in one of my brush holders. So I usually just kind of pat this out like that, and then like that. So it's not, if I were to use a light, it would be a little bit more brightening. but that usually is good enough for me. And if it seems like, a lot of times I'll just do right up here, not the end of my nose, because it's long enough, but right up there. And then go in here like that. And if I need to, pull it down some. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so it's all coming together. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't put mascara on my lashes, but today I will, just to show you what I do. If I do put mascara on my false lashes, I usually take the Lash Blast and I just kind of go back and forth just a little bit on the ends, and I kind of like them to be kind of clumpy too. That way they look more real and they don't look as, well, they still look fake, but you know what I mean. Like that. Okay, lips, I still have this one brush I can use, which scares me to use it on my lips, but anyway. Overall, my feelings on this is definitely my favorite one. So if I were you and I was wanting to try one, I would say get this one. This is the Oval 8. It's the one that I did like the powder and the foundation with. These I will let you know after I use them. Today I can't really tell you because, you know, I'm doing this for this and I'm kind of nervous and all that kind of stuff, but I'll let you know. And if you haven't tried any of these and you're just curious about these brushes at all, maybe give this one a try. And it gives you that initial concept. This one is definitely not as nice as these. This one has a lot of bend, and but it definitely does give you the idea of whether you would like it. And then I would get this one next to try, and then you'll know if you want to go on to these. So that's kind of like my thoughts on those. I'm very glad I got them, and I think I'm going to love them. I just want to, before I tell you that you should try them, I want to make sure. I'm going to take a Q-tip and kind of wipe off that lip conditioner so it doesn't mess up my lip liner. And it also kind of takes off some of that foundation residue. And it gives you a good lip line. And I just thought out this. For those of you that have asked me about fillers in my lips, I haven't had my lips done in over a year. I've called and looked it up because I was curious, because they are getting, they're not as full. They're getting, I can just tell there's not as much in there, or, they're just not as full. They're pretty much natural. I haven't had them done since January, I wrote it down, I think it was January 12th of 15. And the last thing I had done was Juvederm. That's my favorite. And I don't know how much I put in there. It's definitely not a whole. I don't know if it comes in a half or a whole, but it definitely wasn't a whole one. They would just put just what I wanted in there and then use the rest wherever they think I need it. So I haven't had any filler in my lips for over a year. But you can see, I mean, I just have, that's my lips, the shape of my lips. Okay, I thought just to go along with Trish McEvoy, I grabbed this liner, which is the Trish McEvoy Bear, and sharpen it. I thought it would be a good, I'm going to do, thinking about doing two different lips. I was going to do like a milky, peachy one and then a fresher, natural one. So we'll probably do the fresher, natural one first because it'll be easier to wipe off. So I always line my lips. I kind of hold them so I don't get wrinkles, and I tilt my pencil to the side, make sure it's pretty sharpened. And I start from the outside and work in. I just think I get a prettier curve that way. But I understand, it's however you're used to it. Like that. And it looks like I've overlined a little bit too much on that side. There you go. And you can see as soon as I do this, it gets down here. So I just usually do a little bit. And another thing that with my lips, I never get, I've done it one time and I hated it, is I don't ever get filler here. If I have ever done it, I might have gotten like one dot here and one dot there, but I don't even think it was the last time I did it. I think I've only done that one time. I usually just do a little bit in my top because they're so, let me go in one more time. They're just so, see how wrinkly they are? Like you're so, like there's a whole line of wrinkles there. They're just so wrinkly. So if I do it, I just want to kind of smooth that out is all I'm really trying to do. And I just feel like don't try to, you kind of just have your lips. And I would just enhance, you know, the lips that you already have. I wouldn't try to like change them, fix them, make them look like somebody else's, because I think that's when you kind of get, they kind of start looking weird. So anyway, okay, here we go, my 2 cents worth. And then I'm going to do a little bit on the edges. My lips are kind of darker right there anyway. Okay, and she gave me this gloss yesterday, and it is called, it's the Trish McEvoy Beauty Booster in Sexy Nude. Let's use this just for the heck of it. I'll just do a little bit just to see. I don't want it to sink in. Boy, that works good on the lips. I'm going to put a little bit more on. Right in there. And it has a little bit of a, is it a minty feeling? Yeah, maybe a little bit of a minty feeling. Okay, so that would be your easy breezy kind of nude lip. You know, more of a, I should take my hair down, shouldn't I? I haven't brushed it today. This is hair left over from yesterday. Okay, so this would be more of like your easy, just nude lip. It feels so good. This is called Basic, and it's a really pretty peachy nude. And here is the lipstick, and should we, let's see what happens if we do this. I'm not going to put on lip liner right now. I'll see how much we need because there's some left. I love that. And that is a good nude. Okay, and you can see my lips are so uneven. One side's always, I think this side is more rounded. This side is just more straight up. And that is something I try to work on it when I do get filler. I tell them that, and it never really fixes it that much, but when they have a little bit more plumpness, you don't notice it as much. Now I'm really starting to notice it. Okay, so that's how it works with that. Let's put some on right out of the tube, which I think it probably looked better when I used the brush. It's kind of opaque. Okay, and then this combo, let me put just a little bit more liner on because that's my weakness. So I hope you enjoyed that. I guess that's it. You could do a little bit of like the La Mer powder. Let me go get that and show you the difference it will make in the finish of this makeup. It's my favorite translucent powder. I'll be right back. Anyway, okay, so here's my La Mer powder. Love it. And I usually just put a little bit of sprinkles out in the top. And then one of my favorite brushes to use is this Wayne Goss. I think it is the Holiday brush. It's like this paddle brush. I'll put everything down below. And I just get a little bit and get rid of that. It kind of just gives you that beautiful finish down the center of my face. Maybe right here. So glad I thought about this. Yesterday, fashion faux pas. I was getting out of here, getting everybody else ready, and then went to get dressed sometimes I'll get all the way ready and don't even realize what I'm going to wear. But with dresses and stuff that I have, it makes it easy. So I thought, I'm going to wear that green, as John and Brooke would say, that ugly green chartreuse dress I just got. And, you know, I told you I got large. Well, I put it on, and I knew it was, you know, too big when I put it on, but I thought, it'll be okay. And it was a little cool. We left early. So I just put on my little black tuxedo blazer over it. And I knew what would look best with it is a pair of my Stuart Weitzman Nudist Song sandals, but they're not as comfortable as my Nouveau pumps. So I just threw on my Nouveau pumps and threw my flip-flops in my bag, which I ended up changing to, and we took off. So bottom line, when I asked them about it, both her and John didn't like the color, which I did, so that wouldn't really stop me, but it was too big. It was too big all over, and I didn't really realize it until we like got out at Nordstrom and we're walking around, and I just felt so sloppy and yucky all day. And don't you hate that when you go, especially like somewhere different and you don't feel good? And because it was too big, it was like my boobs just hung out all day because it was kind of like too low and it didn't fit like it's supposed to. So, and then another thing I wanted to tell you. So one, get your true size. Don't size up. The pink one fits me great, and I might even order the green one in the medium and just put the other one on my blog or something. But two, we stopped at McDonald's on the way, and so I'm trying to think, what can I get semi-healthy at McDonald's? So usually when we go to McDonald's real quick to get the kids breakfast and I want to get some, John was just getting coffee, I got an Egg McMuffin because that's basically the best besides oatmeal or something. But anyway, I got Egg McMuffin, and as soon as I started biting into it, something off the Egg McMuffin, you wouldn't think it would be greasy, but something, I guess, off of the Canadian bacon or whatever, ham, went on the dress on the way there. So I had a stain on my dress. It was too big. Didn't have on the shoes I wanted. It was just one of those things. So the main thing I wanted to say is get the dress in your true size. And then last night I washed it on hand wash. It says hand wash or dry clean. I put it on the hand wash cycle and I dried it, and the stain came out, and it came out just looking perfect. So anyway, I'll put the link to the dress I'm talking about down below. I really like it. It's very kind of retro looking. But I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.